Hi, I'm Christine Adelinson with Aligned Flow, and this is a video for wrist release. So first, in yoga we do a lot of things either on all fours or in plank or in downward facing dog. And the first thing is our wrists can get really crabby because we put a lot of weight in the wrist and let our fingers get light. So whenever your hands are on the floor, you want to think of about 60% of your weight from your knuckles to the pads of your fingers and just about 40% of the weight in the heel of your hand. So you're not lifting the heel of your hand up, but you're not solely relying on your wrist to hold your weight. So whether you're here or you're here in plank or you shift back in downward facing dog, you want to keep your knuckles and the pads of your fingers heavy. And even when you are doing it correctly, inevitably at the beginning you might feel a little tension in your wrist, especially if you're working on arm balances and more weight bearing things like that. So here are a couple of wrist releasing, we might need a little edit there, wrist releasing exercises that help you with your wrists. So the first one is you come onto all fours and you're going to bring your knees in a little bit closer to your hands, just so you're keeping your weight in your legs, not in your wrists. And you're going to turn your hands around. So your fingers are pointing toward you and your thumbs are pointing out to the sides. And trying to just keep your palms flat with your wrist creases parallel to the top of your mat if you're using a mat. If this feels okay, you can start to walk your knees back a little bit. But again, keep your wrists down. And you'll start to feel your wrists and your forearms getting a stretch. And again, you want to keep most of your weight in your legs. You don't want to be weight bearing down into the heel of your hand. So that's one of them. Walk your knees back into release. Turn your hands around. And again, with your knees a little closer to your hands, you're going to lift the heel of your hand. Keep your knuckles, like the bridge of your knuckles and your fingers on the floor. Keep your thumbs on the floor. And you're just keeping your fingers flat. So there's a big connection from your brain, a big nervous system connection from your brain to your fingers. I learned this from Dao Portion Lynch, who now is 100 years old. And I think I learned this from her when she was like 92 or 3. And she said that it was one of the reasons why she didn't have arthritis. So I always think if she didn't have arthritis and she believes that this helps, I think we all should start doing this now. So it releases a lot of tension through the joints that we use a lot, but we don't often bring into full range of motion. So I think this is really helpful. And you'll notice when you do this, you get a lot of energy through your hands once you release. And you can sit back and just make tiny fists and then stretch your fingers out. Make little beaks with your hands and do some wrist rotations. Go in the other way. And then come and make a stop sign with both of your hands. Curl your fingers in like you're making little tiger paws. Keep reaching out through the heel of your hand and then straighten your arms and come back to the stop sign. You can do that 2 more times. Making little tiger paws. Stop signs. You'll feel a big stretch in your forearms, possibly in your wrists. You can shake it out, which feels so good. And then the last one is coming into child's pose. So you just bring your forehead down to the floor, bring your hands back by your feet, curl your thumbs into your palm, and then make a little fist around your thumbs. And then you're going to lift the knuckle part of your fist off the floor and just roll side to side on your wrists. So there's our wrist releasing tips. First, always, the most important thing is to practice proper alignment and weight bearing in your postures so that you don't accumulate a lot of tension and discomfort. But as you build strength, you will notice that these exercises can kind of help you release any of the tension that is created. So.